Uh, Good evening, friends. My name is
My
Mohammed
name is
Nawaz.
Mohammed Nawaz.
I'm from GETI,
I'm from
that is
GETI,
Global
that is
Education
Global
Training
Education
Institute,
Training Institute,
headed by Dr.
headed by
Sunita
Dr.
Gandhi.
Sunita Gandhi.
And I welcome you
And
all
I
to
welcome
this
you all to this
hashtag Disruptive
hashtag
Education
Disruptive
movement.
Education movement.
Today with us we
Today
have
with us we have
Vandana Saxena,
Vandna
an
Saxena,
educator
an
from
educator
Mirza
from
Modi School,
Mirza Modi
Chittorgarh,
School,
Rajasthan.
Chittorgarh, Rajasthan.
And the topic for discussion today
And the
is
topic for
emotional
discussion
aspect of
today
students.
is emotional aspect of school.
So I welcome Vandana ma'am. You please take
So
over
I
and you can
welcome
speak
Vandana
about the
ma'am.
topic,
Will you
ma'am.
please take over and you can speak about it.
Thank you so much, sir. Hello, friends. Hello, viewers. My name is Vandna Saxena, and I'm an educator in Nija Modi School. First of all, I would like to say thanks to GETI to invite me as a speaker here. So today, I'm going to discuss about emotional aspects of a student. When we talk about students, we have a lot of things comes in our mind. Nawaz, sir, you can share the PPT. So when we talk about students, whenever we have different like thoughts in our mind, we started talking about students are when if we talk opinions about a teacher or the parents, they have totally different opinions. Teachers are talking about all positive things. They'll tell you what are your flaws, where you have to work properly. And when you talk about parents, they always have individual complaint about their child. They're thinking student as a child and the teacher is having a child as a student. That is a lot of difference. We can move to next slide, sir. When we are talking students, what is the actual definition of a student? When we talk the actual definition, so when we are saying a student is a combination of all the emotions which have a lot of things to do in his life, in his or her life. So when you're saying a student could work in different areas, they have different aspects to do. So they few students are very lazy, few could be very notorious, few are very like good in sports, few are musician. You will find all of like you will find activists also. There are few students those who are geek. Geek means those who are very studious kind of students. They love to study a lot. So from where we are moving, if you say that there are a lot of things to do in a student's life, we have also lived a student's life in our like when we talk about if I talk about my schooling, I was when I was a student, it was kind like I have a lot of things in my mind. Like it was fear of grades, how much scores like I will be getting in any others, all of the subjects. When we talk about peer pressure, a student is having a lot of peer pressure, fear of failing exam, self-esteem is also there, bullying is also there. A lot of things are going on in simultaneously in a student's life. So when we say that a student they do not have anything else to do with his like study apart from their study, so that is totally incorrect because they have a lot of dreams to share with their parents. They have a lot of things to talk. So when the topic is arrives in my mind, like talking about emotional aspect, this is a person like Nawaz sir, can you please go to the previous slide? So when we talk about the negative aspects, this uh, this this is the like topic which most of the things are forgetting in their life. When you talk about teachers, teachers also like for talking about their grades. Whenever you're meeting a child, he or she might have some confusion, some kind of like anxiety in them, that they have fear how to talk to teacher, how to make a bond between a teacher and a student. When we were in 90s education is totally different from 21st century's education, and now we have some other education system also. That is, I believe, when I have go through that education system, it was very good. So in the same picture, when you see this there is a girl who's sitting like lying looking downwards, and she looks very depressed. This depression word is coming very lightly nowadays. Everybody is depressed. Even a small child, if you're going to talk about why you are so looking so sad, that he or she will answer you, I'm very much depressed from my teacher, from my schooling, from my homework. There are a lot of work to do, and everybody is forcing me to do that, right? So means we are the problem. We are not the solution for them. Sorry to say to all the parents and to the teachers, really it is very hard to understand a child that what is like what he or she likes to do. So when you talk about to come out from that depression, that child needs your hand. So we can move to next slide. The child needs your hand. So when we talk about who is responsible for all these things, so I already told you that we are not the solution. We are just a provider. We are providing the sources to them to become something, to enrich them, like to enrich with knowledge. When so we are not the solution for taking a responsibility. Like in the same picture, you can see there is a plant who is getting dry, who is dying hard to he survived a lot. But now when you talk about India is like according to WHO, in India there are 3 to 16% students those who are in depression, and they are from uh, they are from 10 to 12th grade students, those who are falling in depression easily. And I think that they have a question in their mind in these like this pandemic situation. Also we found many of the people are doing suicide. It is not about students, but yes, people are doing that, which is wrong. Why they are doing that? Because they do not have anybody to share their emotions. When you talk about a child to share their emotions, so teachers should have a bond between a student and himself or herself, that they could make a bond. The teacher, if a child is not able to share with things with their parents, with their relatives or friends, they can share the things with their teachers. I want to narrate a story only. It was a morning, 3 o'clock in midnight when I woke up. Already got 3 calls from a student. I was taking tuition, so she was a student of grade 8. She was very much depressed. She was calling me continuously, but it was midnight and I was sleeping, so I was not I didn't understand the situation. But in the morning when I woke up at 5 o'clock, so I called her back. What happened? I was thinking might be she is studying and that's why she is calling me. But then she started crying and then she narrated a story that, ma'am, there is a problem at my home. I'm feeling very much depressed. I don't know to whom I could share all these things. So I was just thinking, like, that was the first time in my life I felt that I have make a bond between a child to a teacher who could understand, that a teacher could be a person who can understand their emotions. A student could have some emotions also. When you're talking about like emotions are not there in student, छोटे बच्चों में कहाँ emotions होते हैं? That is totally incorrect. When you're talking about emotions, emotions could lie in any age. A small child could also feel that you are angry. You do not like to talk to that child. A child can understand your emotions, your facial expression. So it is an urge from my end when you are talking to a child, especially when the result time is going on. Do not ask for the marks first. You should ask what you have done since morning. How are you? And have you helped somebody or have you made somebody smile for a day? So from next time onwards, he or she will understand that okay, my teacher is not going to ask about my marks. He or she will be asking me to like what I have done actually in my life. And when that child will grown up, he or she would be very thankful to you that what you have taught them. Marks are not important a lot. We have heard this sentence many times, but actually somewhere, and according to our education system, when you're going to get a job, that time it is very important to get like marks. And when you're showing your report card to them, you're showing your mark sheet to them, they always talk about your marks, right? But when the terms coming like how eligible you are to apply for a particular services, to apply to a government services, that is a different criteria. But I know that everybody wants to become a successful person. So becoming a successful person, the initiative should take by the teacher. There should be a bond between them. They should not think that there is nobody to whom they can share their things, they can communicate. I seriously feel very remorseful when I'm thinking that there a child is not happy with me. Might be my behavior makes him sad, or might be my way of talking is not good to them. So I try to improve myself. And sir, you can move to next slide. When you're talking about the problems, Problems always comes with a resolution. We have heard this slang also. So I have like analyzes three keys to get the solution for this particular problem. That is communication, involvement, and appreciation. So next slide, please. When you're talking about communication, there should be a communication between a teacher and a student. Whenever you are starting up with your day, it is not only for the student. Communication is the solution for every problem in this world. When you're starting with the day, you should know that there are people who want to talk to you, who want to listen you. There are many speakers but less listeners, right? So we should become a good listener first. That communication needs that first. In this picture, people are sharing their thoughts. They are very happy. They are not looking depressed. They are like they're getting positive energy, right? It is kind of sharing the energy with each other. So when a communication goes on between a teacher and a student, it should not stuck to books only. It should not stuck to the studies or curriculum only. You should talk about their like basic things. You can teach them basic ideas, thoughts which they can share with other people. So this resolution, first resolution, I hope everybody should follow this. Next is involvement of the teacher. How you are going to involve your teacher when you're talking about kindergarten. Kindergarten, as students are very much happy. If you're going to take the opinion of a student who is studying in 11th standard, how your teacher is teaching. Suppose I'm taking my example. If I could be teaching a 11th standard student, that the student is going to tell you, yes, ma'am is teaching me. Okay, she's clearing my all doubts. Whenever I'm asking questions, she's answering me. Or might be gives a negative opinion. Also, she is very rude. She is not talking to me. She just focused on this curriculum only. And when you talk about a small kid who's studying in nursery, KG, kindergarten, or pre-primary student, we are going to talk, they'll tell you n number of stories about their teacher. They are playing with us. Today, did you know? She told me all these facts. Today, she shared all these things with me. She was playing with me. We have played this game and that game. We have lot of story to tell. But when you talk about a student who's elder than that small child, the teacher changes, environment changes, and less of a lack of environment you'll found of a teacher in a student's life. When a teenager is studying in any of the class, he or she should have a support to talk to them. So it is not only the responsibility of a teacher, but yes, teachers are mostly living with them, staying with them 6 to 7 hours. So teachers should have a bond with their teachers, but as well as parents are also responsible. They could talk to them whenever a child is returning back to home. He has, okay, that is fine that you have your burden of your life, you have a lot of responsibility, but the child is not having responsibilities. But you could take 2 to 3 minutes and you can tell that student that I'm with you, and what your teacher taught you. Might be he or she is facing problem with the teacher only. He could share with you. Every person, every student should share their daily routine to somebody in their family. Either it could be your mom, dad, siblings, or your relatives, or your friends. So it would be very healthy environment if you're going to teach a student like that, that you have a person, you should have a person to whom you can share your experience, what you have learned today, what you have studied today, that you can like share all the things. Next is when you talk about appreciation. Small children are getting easy appreciations. Like I'm taking grade 5 and I'm talking to them. Whenever anybody is answering, so I'm always like giving them appreciation. Very good, well done. That's a great job you've done. You've done a very nice job. But when a child is grown up, when he's solving a trigonometry solution, when he is finding out the solution after doing a lot of hard work, who seriously who do not like the maths, ask to that child. Maths is a burden for that child, but still he tried very hard, and you forget to appreciate that child. So the child will be like, okay, kuch nahi hota hai. The teacher is not going to find out me like different from others. And did you know there is a fact? Every student is having kind of छोटा सा जो बोलते हैं कीड़ा होना. That small child, a child is always having a urge in him that a child teacher is going to look at him, ask to them. focus them. There are there are some student also, though, those who like to hide themselves, especially the backbenchers. They want to sit at the back. They do not want a teacher could focus on them. But seriously, once a teacher talk to the backbenchers or the child who are playing hide and seek in the class, that child is also getting the confidence in him or her that my teacher is focusing me also. So, for taking a healthy environment in a school or any student's life, we should connect them with the emotions. For taking out all these things, these three things which I have told you, like communication, involvement, and appreciation, I was thinking that more, like might be there are more solution for these problems, but I found these are the basic things which everybody can do. Any of the teacher can do, any of the student can do. It is not necessary that teachers are always responsible to create all type of environment. So students should also focus on that. I hope uh, these all things will give some impact in your life. I have tried, there are a lot of things to tell, but I have tried to summarize all the things in very short and brief manner. The last slide which I have made, that is for don't let your when you're talking about don't let what you cannot do. It means that do not think that what you cannot do. Focus on what you can do. Interfere or indulge yourself in which you are very much comfortable to do something, to perform something. Suppose a child would be a child is musician, he is not good in curriculum, so it is a request to all the teachers, please may help him to become a musician only. And it is also good for the student that they can focus. At least you can score average marks, right? When you're talking about marks, it is not from anybody's, like nobody can force you to become like that. But yes, when you're focusing on your studies, curriculums, activities, and other extra things which you want to do, it will help you. The last thought which I have told you, which you cannot do, don't focus on that. The things which you can do, focus on that also, right? So if you want to become something, you have to work hard. Suppose if I want to become a soccer player, so I have to practice daily for 2 to 3 hours. I should run, warm up should be done on time, and I have to take care of my health also. Everything should be there, right? So it means that when you're thinking about yourself as a student, so your teachers are always there, and I'm always there with my students who can share their things, their problems, and anything which they like to share with me. And with all these positive thoughts, I think that my things which I have told right now, they could give little bit immense in your life. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, ma'am.
Absolutely,
That
ma'am.
was
That
pretty
was
good, ma'am.
pretty good,
Thank you for
ma'am.
bringing
Thank you
this
for bringing
aspect, the
this
emotional
aspect, the
aspect of
emotional
students,
aspect of students,
showing the light on
showing
it
the
and
light
how
on
to
it
deal
and how
with
to
it is
deal with
very
it
good. And
is very
especially,
good. And
I
especially,
like these two
I
very
like these two
important
very
points I would
important
like to
points I
make,
would
ma'am.
like to make, ma'am.
Make a note of it.
Make a note of
To
it.
make bond
To
with
make bond with
students,
students,
uh,
uh,
like
like
ask about their
ask about
well-being,
their
than
well-being,
asking
then
than
asking,
asking about
then
their
asking about
homework
their
or the work that
homework
they've
or the
assigned.
work that they've assigned.
So that was really
So
very
that was
good
really
point,
very
ma'am, that
good
I
point
really
that
liked
I
it.
really
And
liked.
apart from
And
that, the
apart from
kind of
that, the kind of
appreciation that you talked
appreciation that
about,
we talked about,
how important an
how
appreciation
important an
is, because
appreciation is,
a
because
student may
students
particularly
may
not be very
particularly
good at
not be very good at
mathematics or any
mathematics or any
particular topic,
particular
but
topic,
the effort
but
that
the
just
effort
put
that
in
just put in
should be appreciated.
should be
That was
appreciated.
really
That
good, ma'am.
was really
And
good.
apart from
And
this, there
apart
were
from
a
this,
few
there were
questions
a few
asked to
questions
you, ma'am,
asked to you,
with
ma'am,
our
with
Yes, sir.
our
audiences,
audiences,
especially from
especially from
ISS and IP.
ISS and IP.
How to
Yes, sir.
How
overcome
to
from the
overcome
aspect
from the aspect
from this aspect
from this
during
aspect
exams,
during exams,
and apart from
and
that,
apart from that,
like yeah, during
during
exams, how to deal
exams,
with
how
it
to
during
deal with
exams.
it.
And I
And
personally
I
have one more
personally have
question for
one
you.
more question.
Yes,
Like
sir.
the
Like
way you
the way
said,
you said,
you asked us the
you
question
asked
that
us the
who is
question that who
responsible.
is responsible.
So I would definitely
So I
like
would
to
definitely
understand
like to
who's
understand who
responsible
is
for that. I
responsible
mean,
for that.
a student
A
taking
student taking
extra pressure on
extra
their head,
pressure on their
or like
head,
what it
or like
is.
what it is.
First of all, I'd like to answer the your question, which you have said that how to deal with exams. When you're talking about exam time, it is a game of your mind only. If you're going to practice daily, suppose if I have given an example, like I want to become a soccer player, so I have to practice from the first day when I have decided that I want to become a like a soccer player. So that time I will be deciding, suppose I have decided I want to become an English teacher, so I will be reading out all the books, all the grammar, all the things. So when a child want to clear any exam, either it could be any level of exam, that child or student had to focus from the first day only. जो पुरानी कहानियां हुआ करती थी कि like Eklavya was there and Ram was there who has taken every like knowledge. They have learned something from their gurus. That time they were not waiting for their exam time. They are not getting any date sheet. They are not getting any timetable. That on particular day, your guru is going to ask you that today is your English exam, so you have to be prepared, or tomorrow is your English exam. So when the this thought is coming in your mind, tomorrow is my English exam, I have to prepare for that. That gives you a little bit fear, but it is a request to all the child, if you're going to learn two questions, two like topics you're going to cover on a same day, so it will help you at your exam time. Do not wait for the last moment. That is thing like you are preparing yourself for a war, right? Similar thing is happening with soldiers also. They are also like they're also preparing for themselves for a war. They're not preparing like suddenly they are not getting any kind of dream or any kind of orders that they have to prepare for war. They are practicing daily. When you focus on any of the forces, they have their practices going on continuously. As I'm a daughter of army person, so I know that they are working very hard. And Nawaz sir, the question which you have asked, that like how we are responsible for that. Suppose if you are taking a child, just make him sit in a group, and there are four teachers sitting around him. It is a take a scenario of PTM, like whenever parent teacher meeting is holding, a teacher is sitting and parent is sitting, and when the subject teacher is also sitting there only, when they're talking about that child, they maths teacher is saying, ma'am, he's not focusing on maths. Science is also saying the same thing. Everybody is having the same complaint. So child is not getting any motivation at that time. He's just thinking that nobody is thinking that I am not interested in studies. I will do the studies at my level, but I am not at all interested in studies only. So I think that everybody should motivate each other. It is not only for the student. When you talk about any human being in this world, so everybody is having like this only. If you talk about your colleagues, if you're going to like neglect or ignore them, they will not work happily with you. They will be very sad. Similar things are happening with a child. Only the difference is age and the duties which they are assigned. A student has assigned with a curriculum and like extra activities, but we always forget about their dreams. So we should ask a child, or we should train. Suppose if I am a mother of a or a daughter, so I would be teaching that daughter like what she wants to become. If she wants to become an athlete, so I will be teaching from the first day that dear, you have to take care of your health. You should take care of your food. What you have to like, you have to wake up in the morning, go for running and everything. So I will be teaching that child from the first day. So it would be like I becoming a helping hand. We like today we are in the need of becoming a helping hand to each other.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
And the question
The
was asked
question
by
was asked
Usha,
by
and that is,
and that
now the
is
schools are
now the
closed.
schools are
So
closed.
how can
So
we
how can
support
we
our children
support our
to
children
get over the
get over
frustration?
the frustration?
Number one,
Number one.
and how to
And how
prepare
to
for
prepare
exams.
for
These are the
exams. These
questions
are
were
the
asked.
questions.
And after that, I have
And
one
after
more
that, I
question
have
for
one
you.
more question for
So
you.
we'll get to
We'll
understand
get
this
to
first.
understand this first.
Okay, sir. Like COVID-19 has taught us, like I was wondering, this is a situation like 5 to 6 months now. We are all sitting at home. All the students are at home only. So we can take this as an opportunity for the student. I was looking at advertisement of Facebook. It was showing that it was an advertisement of Facebook only. So the parent was sitting and she was saying that we all parent have decided that we are going to teach our student other activities through the Facebook or live videos. So it is a kind of opportunity you can teach a student, like somebody wants to become a chef, so you can teach them cooking, you can teach them moral ideas also, right? So it is all like when you're talking uh, how to deal with this situation. Do not take this situation as a negative manner. It is again it is a kind of like game of your mind only. If you're going to teach your mind, yes, this is a place where I can this is a time where I can like enhance my skills, ideas. I can share with my students, I can share with my parents. So you can share. And when a parent, it is a responsibility of a parents. I know this time parents are suffering a lot because all the students are at their home only. So now the bond between a parent and that child will be strong. I hope that whenever the students are coming back to school, they all will be in some kind of different mood that they could understand all basic ideas, basic problem. They have lot of things to share. That ma'am, I have done this thing, I have learned these things. They can learn, opt for different languages also. Those who like to do coding, they can do coding. There are a lot of things to do, and internet is a place who is assigning like n number of things. So I hope that this could be done for the students.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. And ma'am, my
Ma'am,
question
my
is,
question is,
like you said,
like you said,
you mentioned something very important, that
very
this fear
important,
of
that this
grades.
fear of grades.
Okay.
Yes,
Another
sir.
question
Another
is
question
asked by
is
one of
asked
our
by one of
audience
our
today,
audience,
like how to
like
prepare for
how to prepare
exams.
for
The
exams.
question was asked
The
by
question was asked by
ISSN.
ISSN.
So my
So
question
my
and
question
the question
and
asked by
asked by
ISSN is
ISSN
similar.
is similar.
You asked
You
us,
asked
like
us,
you are putting
like
a
you
light
were
on
putting
fear
a
of
light on
grades,
fear of
because of this
grades,
fear
because
and
of this
fear of
fear and
grades,
fear of grades.
children or students
Yes,
may
sir.
get.
Student may get.
So how do you
So
think
how
that
do you think
students have to
that
do with
students
it?
have to do
How
with it?
students
How
should personally
students
deal with it,
should
number one.
personally deal
And
with it,
how should
number one.
student personally
And
deal with
how
depression?
students
Like the instructions what
personally
you
deal
have
with
given,
depression.
the suggestions what
Like
you have
the
given
instructions what
were
you have
all to
given,
teachers and
the
parents.
suggestions
How
what
about
you have
students
given,
themselves?
for all to teachers and parents. How about students themselves?
For preparing exams, I've already told you that we can start from the first day. If your unit test is, I've given an example that previously when gurus are there and the Shishu was sitting there, students were sitting there, nobody was assigning them. It was always a surprise test. So we can think that okay, we have good 10 days or 15 days to prepare ourselves. We can prepare from the first day when you're going to your school, when your new classes are assigned to you. You know that your teacher are going to teach your first chapter. You go through all the chapters and like read and study well from the first day only. Do not wait for your exams. And talking about depression, how to deal with depression. Depression is nothing dear. This is for all the students. Depression, when you are talking about, so it is a kind of a game which everybody has created. Like depression is there nowadays. I think that media is very helpful for all these students to learn new vocabulary. We have learned many good words. We have learned about quarantine. I never heard this word. We have heard about nepotism. We have heard about lot of words which are like new to us. So when somebody is saying that how to deal with the depression, do not take depression as a, you just remove this word or substitute this word with something else which can help a child. That you are a little bit upset, you can share all the things with your parents, with your teachers, and you can do well. And if somebody is having problem in particular subjects, they can study few topics, they can prepare few topics so that they can come like overcome from all those burdens. And in this, I hope that parents are performing well job. They should not force them that they have to do well, they have to prepare for the exam. All these things affecting them, they're not giving their positive impact on them. Like you are again and again comparing with, stop the comparison. First of all, talk about positive things, motivate them that they can do. There is nothing in this world who a person cannot do, right? And if you're saying that depression, if a child is complaining you that he is very much upset about all these things continuously, so the first key which I have already told you, communication is the best medicine in this world who can resolve any problem.
Mm, absolutely, ma'am. Thank you for that. And ma'am, just
And
to bring to
not
your
just to
notice
bring to
and
your notice and
audience notice,
audience notice.
first of
Yes,
all, I
sir.
would like
First
to
of all, I would
apologize,
like to
like it was
apologize
said by Aksh's
by
dad,
Aksh's
that
dad
my voice is
that my
echoing.
voice is
There
echoing.
might be some
There might
technical
be some
problem
technical
because of this weather and
problem
all.
because of
I'm
it and all.
sorry about that.
I'm
I
sorry about
apologize.
that. I apologize.
And I would just like to
And I
bring
would
to
just
your
like to
notice one
bring to
thing,
your
ma'am.
notice one
Dr.
thing.
Sunita Gandhi, the
Dr.
founder of
Sunita Gandhi, the founder
Education
of
Training Institution, who is
Education,
also a research scholar,
who is
researcher,
also a research
have
scholar,
come up with a
researcher,
solution
have
called
come up
I
with a
versus
solution
I,
called I versus I,
in which, in
in
the process,
which, in the process,
students may not have to
students may
feel
not
a
have
pressure of
to feel a
grades
pressure of
or
grades
feel a
or
pressure of peers.
the pressure of peers.
Students have to think a situation is created, a complete concept is there, man, which student is made to understand that he's competing. So that's a great subject actually. So definitely we'll come up with a session on it. You share the information with it, or if you want to get to more details of it, you can always log on to our website getlearn.com, where you'll find what is complete itself. So one of the fantastic. So that's the reason I was putting, emphasizing more on the fear of grades and pressure on depression. However, man, you make really good points. All these things like how to deal with depression also. Definitely, like to listen one thing again, man. How would students, how
Thank you,
what
sir.
would you suggest for the final tips for the students? Definitely, teachers and
Final tips from my end.
yeah, man.
Final tips for all the students that are for preparing exams. You should prepare from the first day. Do not wait for the exam time only. Second, you should communicate with your parents or elder ones, or if you do not want to communicate, do not want to share with others, you can share with your friends. At least there should be somebody who could know your routine, what you're thinking, what is your thought process. And anyhow, we have good education system nowadays. Teachers are very friendly with their friends. You can share with your teacher if you're not comfortable with your friends, with your teachers, because whenever you're communicating with your elder ones, with your siblings or to somebody else, everybody is having different minds, right? So everybody is having different thoughts. Might be आपकी problem का solution some other person can give you. Your teacher, your friend, your elder ones. You can talk to others, and you should involve with positive activity. If you are like focusing on curriculum, you get lot of burdens. You are thinking about peer pressure and thinking about bullying. So you should do some extra activities, like you can sing song, you can play some instrument, you can play some outdoor games, indoor games. Now, and this COVID pandemic has given you the opportunity to enhance your extra skills, not your curriculum. Okay, that is fine, because curriculum is not that much important. But you can take out the what exactly you want to become. That is a good situation for you, that you can take out all these things positively. Take everything positively. That would help for you a lot.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And it was really a
Welcome,
good
sir.
tip, ma'am, for having somebody there, talk to somebody there, at least your friends,
Exactly.
your siblings, or at least a teacher. You have to
Yes,
approach.
sir.
That was a really good tip. Thank you so much. With this, I understand now, like how to deal with the situation, and it was very aspect. It was that we have to speak about this particular topic, ma'am. Thank you for enlightening us, giving us information of how to deal with this situation, especially in terms of understanding the student, dealing with the student and students themselves, how to deal with it. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for being a part of this thing. And it is very wonderful.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, I from you, ma'am. And I hope, I wish you all the best. And thank you for being the part of
Thank
this.
you so much.
Thank you, audience.